Hey everybody, it's Mike aka That Reseller Guy, and today I hope you're ready because we got the top 20 sales of 2020. 20 sales from 2020, there's a bunch of good ones here. Let's get started. First up, we have this box of vintage Pampers diapers. I picked this item up at a local thrift store, a smaller one, not the regular Goodwills or Savers. They originally had this priced at $35, but I was there on half price day, got these for $17.50. Knew it was going to be a fantastic flip, and these sold for $125, and they sold within just an hour or two of listing. Next item is actually a pair of items, but I'm only showing you one of the pictures. This is a Michael Jordan action figure, and the thrift store I was at that day had two of these for $10 a piece. Now, when I originally bought these, I did a quick search, and I thought they were only going to sell for about $30 or $40. I got home, did a little bit extra research, and found out that these sell for over $100. So yeah, these sold for $119.99 each. So 10 bucks into 120 times 2. Number 18. This was a fantastic estate sale find. Found a huge tub of toys for under $20, and there ended up being hundreds and hundreds of dollars in that tub. And I'm highlighting the one big sale out of that purchase. It is these He-Man Masters of the Universe vintage action figures. A huge lot of them. I just put them all together rather than selling them individually. Ran it as an auction, and I got $113 just out of that grouping. Number 17. This next one is actually a group of toys sold to the same person. They bought two different lots. I sell these Nerf laser tag guns. I pick these up often at thrift stores, anywhere from like $1 to $3. They do have some extra attachments at times, but this was just two different lots of 4 each, and the one person bought them, and the total was $119.98. So I have somewhere between maybe $16 to $25 into all of them, and got $119.98. Number 16. This was a great thrift store vintage electronics find. A Sony in the shower radio, brand new in the box. Was super excited when I found this because, again, new old stock Sony items go for big money. This one here, I paid less than $10, and I got $159.99. Number 15. I think this is one of the few, if not the only, Savers finds off of this entire list. But this one was at a local Savers. Picked it up for about $20. They were priced fairly high, and I think that's why it might have sat there for a while. And this is a set of vintage KC truck lights, the kind that you like mount up on your roll bar. Really cool, but retro. No others like it out there on eBay, so I was able to ask a really high price for these and ended up getting $149.99 plus shipping. Number 14. I saw these tennis rackets from a distance, ran over to them practically. There was 2 of them in the same store. Great Bobble-At or Babble-At, however you pronounce it, tennis rackets. Found 2 of the exact same ones in great condition, so I just lotted the 2 together. Now, I was asking $200 in my store, but I ended up taking an offer for $168 for the 2 of them, and I paid about $15 for the pair. Number 13. Now, this one wasn't a true thrift store find, but it had to make the list because of the dollar amount of the sale. I found this at a local sports card store. This is a Nwa Wrestling Box, so it's a vintage box, I think from the late 80s. Wrestling cards, along with a lot of other sports cards, had some incredible peaks this year, and this box was definitely one of them. I did pay $300 for this box, but it sold within a week for $500, so it was a pretty quick $200 profit. Number 12. This is a local thrift store pickup, not your big chains again. This is just a local little shop. Found this set of pool balls. Now, it's Brunswick brand, and I didn't realize that they had some high-end ones. I kind of figured theirs would all be lower ones. I knew Aramith makes good ones, and this one is actually on par with some of theirs. This set here is the Brunswick Centennial Billiards or Pool Balls. I sold this set for $219.99, and I picked it up for under $10. Number 11. This is another kind of oddball item that I picked up through an online auction. Not eBay, but through highbid.com. There's a bunch of different auction places out there that you can buy items, and this was one of them. Now, I did pay too much. So in the end, I actually don't think I made much of a profit, if any, on this piece. This is a Los Angeles Lakers actual floor piece from the Forum. It was probably not quite a foot by a foot, maybe 9 inches by 9 inches. Really cool. Paid up for it in the auction. It was a piece that I really wanted to win and resell. I was hoping I would get maybe $250 or higher for it. But in the end, I didn't get the higher amount. I got $249.99. So yeah, after my costs and fees, I either broke even or maybe just made a few dollars on this one. Number 10. This one is a video game I picked up at a local auction, a local box lot auction. They had a bunch of video games that day. This was one. I didn't know the exact price of it until I did my final research afterwards, but I know these Sega 32X games can bring some good money. This one is called Colibri or Colibri. I don't know exactly how it's pronounced, but this game here, picked it up for just a few bucks and I got $159.99 off of eBay. All right, we're into the single digits, the top 9 now. Before I get going on these, if you're watching this for the first time, if you haven't hit that subscribe button down below to help support the channel, I'd appreciate you doing so now. There's a lot of content on here about reselling, thrifting, selling on eBay, Amazon, and Antique Booth, buying items at estate sales, garage sales, and local auctions. All right, number 9. Now this is actually a multi-unit purchase that I did at a local Goodwill. One day I walked in there and they had a shelf full of baseball cards. Now, the majority of them were from the junk years, the early 90s, but there are a few gems in there, and this happened to be one. They had 4 boxes of these, and I paid about $8 per box of them. And this is the 1993 Topps Baseball Wax Box, and this is the year that has Derek Jeter's rookie card in there. Or you have a chance of pulling Derek Jeter's rookies out of these boxes anyways. So yeah, I bought 4 boxes at $8 a piece. I decided to sell 2 of them at $199.98 each, and I still kept 2 boxes, which are over here on the shelf. So I got $400 back already, and I still have 2 boxes to go when I decide to sell them. Number 8. This is a really crazy purchase. I purchased 2 cycling helmets from a Goodwill one day, and they were both in their protective special covers, so they didn't get scratched up. So I knew that they were high quality cycling helmets. The cases themselves sell between $10 to $20, maybe even $25 a piece. I did pay $15 a piece for the helmets that day. This one here was a special limited edition colorway, red, white, and blue. Is an amazing looking helmet, and it looked like it was in new condition. I ended up getting $149.99 for this cycling helmet. Number 7. This is the most expensive sporting or baseball or softball glove that I sold this year. This is an Akona brand fast pitch softball catcher's mitt. Almost looked brand new. It was still a little stiff, not fully broken in, but these things sell for big money. Now, I did send some offers out for lower than what I ended up selling it for, but I had one buyer actually hit the buy it now price, got a full price sale, $199.99, so $200 for a $4 glove find at a local thrift store. Number 6, this one is an estate sale find. Now, this estate sale had tons of Boston merchandise. They were big Boston sports fans, and I picked up this Tom Brady autographed photo at that sale. Now, it wasn't authenticated. I knew I was taking a little bit of a risk. It was $50 at that sale. I did send it off for authentication. It came back authentic, so I had $100 into the purchase, and it ended up selling for $345. All right, top 5 here. These are 5 amazing items. Number 5 is this game called Beat the Border. When I found this game, I did a whole video. I think I did 2 videos just about this game because this game is super rare. It was made out here in Arizona by a local company, and it was about a drug running game. Like, you go to Mexico and you tried to get through the U.S., and the further you got into the U.S., the more you got for your drugs. Now, this game is pretty rare. It's on some banned lists, other things. It's on like a top 10 list of worst games ever made. Now, there's people out there asking over $1,000 for this game. I don't know if it's ever sold that high. I had mine out there in my store for like $800 or best offer, and knowing that I was going to take probably the first decent offer that I got. And I sold this game for $300. I picked it up at a local auction. I didn't even know it was worth anything, or really that it was even in the bottom of a box when I found it. Number 4. This is a local Goodwill pickup. This is a Colorado Police motorcycle helmet, vintage, I think probably from the 70s, maybe early 80s. I'm not sure exactly the era that they wore these, but I found this sitting on the shelf of the sports items. So it was by cycling helmets, football helmets, baseball helmets, that type of stuff. And by the date tag, it had been in the store for almost a week. I don't know how somebody else didn't see this and purchase it, but I'm glad they didn't, because I picked it up for about, I think, $7, and then ended up selling for $250. Number 3. Now, this may have actually been my personal favorite item that I sold this whole year. It is a poster signed by a couple different astronauts and a movie maker from this movie called The Wonder of It All. Now, this I actually picked up at a local sports auction, so it wasn't a regular thrift item, but it had to be on this list, even though it's not that typical thrift item that you'll find. This item here I picked up for about $40. I did pay to get it authenticated, so I had another $50 into that. but I ended up selling this poster for $300. So it was kind of sad to see it go. I really liked it, but I know it was going to a good home. Number 2, I think this is the only sports card that made the list because it's such an amazing one. I am doing a separate top 10 sports items over on my That Card Guy channel if you want to check that out, probably later this week or early next week. But this item here is a Mike Trout Bowman Chrome rookie card, graded PSA 10. If you're into sports cards, you know that they've taken some crazy jumps this year. This was one that I actually bought right before the craziness, knowing that Mike Trout cards were probably going to take a jump. I paid a little under $700 for this card, but during the craze, I got $149.99, so $1,500 for this Mike Trout rookie card. All right, we made it. The number 1 item of the year. This is a fantastic board game. I think it's one of the most expensive board games that you can find out there to flip. And I've probably found, I think, 3 of these through my years of reselling, but this is the one that I got the most for. This game is called Hero Quest. I found this at a local thrift store. It's a store that in the morning, you got to get there early, get in line, because there's a lot of good items waiting in that store. And luckily, I was the first one to find it. Grabbed it, threw it in my cart, didn't even check the pieces, checked it when I got home. The game was complete. It was in amazing condition, and I ended up getting a full price sale for $329.99 for this game. So $330 was my top item sale for the year. All right, it was an amazing year of items. I hope you watched the previous video with the first 20 items out of the top 40 amazing items on this list, going through them again this year and reminiscing about what I sold this year, and how much some of these items sold for has been incredible. So thank you all for watching. If you haven't already, please give the video a thumbs up. I appreciate that. And if you want to leave down in the comments down below what your favorite item was that I sold, I'd appreciate that as well. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time.